Okay, so I do apologise for that. I've just played back the video of this stream that I just tried to do, and it was not great. It was a lot of sort of bass hum and crackling sounds going on there, and I've eventually worked out what it is that for some reason my streaming software didn't save my sound settings correctly. So I've done another test, and I think that I have fixed it, so I am very sorry about that. If you are just logging in now, I'm Guide of Misguidance. We are levelling up a mage. This is Marudeva. And while the failed video will be available on Twitch for 14 days, I probably won't be putting that one up on my YouTube channel, so all that's missing between this and the last video that I'll be keeping is we've come down here to the Duskwither grounds. We've switched off some power crystals, which were up there in that big floating structure, and we're now helping the groundskeeper by killing all these weird creatures that have appeared in the grounds. And yes, we did have to stop because of sound problems. As I've said before, I am very new to streaming. It's not something that I've done for very long. This is my third live stream today, so these kind of things may happen from time to time, but I will work hard to try and prevent them from happening in the future. And these monsters really do not like us coming into their garden, do they? Oh, thank goodness for bandages. So yeah, I am sorry about that. But we're back on track now. As I said at the beginning of the video before, now that hopefully you can actually hear me properly, we may be able to hear my neighbour's dog howling. He's a young husky, or possibly she, I don't actually know, and has just learned how to howl, and I've spent the morning listening to her practising, or him. So you never know, we might get lucky. And hopefully after we've done this...
I need a target.
Oh, okay. We'll be heading back to Fairbreeze Village to warn them of the imminent troll attack.
I need to target something
Ooh,
first.
we got that one in 2 hits. That was good. I've got to keep trying to remember that Pyroblast takes a very long time to go off. And probably not the best one to be starting with. There we go. So being able to use bandages is really very beneficial for mages at low levels. I know I've said it before, but they are very, very squishy. I've done it again, I keep using Pyroblast. I may have to reorganise those on my toolbar so that I stop doing that. It does, however, look like our friend who was running around here in the 10 minutes or so it took me to fix that sound glitch, they seem to have moved on, so we will not be getting any more help, unfortunately. Right, we want one more ether fiend. Oh, there's somebody else. And like I was saying before we had to stop for the technical difficulties, it is nice to see other low-level players in the area.
I don't have a target.
There we go, excellent. Well, I suppose that will have to do now, won't it? Thank you for the help, Mage. I can only hope to get this mess completely cleaned up before the Magister returns to Duskwither Spire. Take this pocket change. It's not much, but it's all that I have at the moment. Feel free to dispatch a few more of the beasties on your way out, if you'd be so kind. He's a nice guy, actually. He's dedicated to his job.
We will have justice.
I think he's paid me the most of any of the people that we've met so far, so that's always good. I was just taking a look over here to see if that rare spawn had reappeared, but alas not. So, we're going to go and hand in a couple of quests at the top of this hill. And then I think we've got to make a quick detour to Farstrider Retreat to hand in the abandoned investigations, and then we should be off to Fairbreeze Village. Oh, what spotted me? Oh, it's a mana worm. Okay. There we go, that wasn't too bad. Right, let's get out of here. I'm not sure if the sound really is louder than it was before, or if that's just sort of a quirk of my headphones or something, but I do hope that you can hear it okay, and do let me know if you can't.
State your business.
I can't be certain from this distance. Have you already shut down the power to Duskwither Spire? I'm grateful for your assistance, but saddened to hear that some of my fellow apprentices have fallen to their addiction. With the power of the spire cut off, I think I'll stay here a while and see if things calm down long enough for me to sneak in and retrieve their remains. Well, that's good of her. Ah, she's got one more task for us. Marudeva, I have one last favour to ask of you. Would you please relay what's transpired here to Magister Duskwither back at the Farstrider Retreat? Let him know that I am well, but make certain that he is aware that some of his apprentices have become wretched. Thank you for your help. Well, we were going to go back that way anyway.
We will have justice.
Yes, we will. So, yeah, we can definitely do that for you. In fact, let's do that now. So here we go, it's a nice peaceful day here, as always in the Eversong Woods. I do think that's one of the nicest parts of these starting areas actually, is I've played several MMOs as I've mentioned, and a lot of starting areas tend to be quite small. World of Warcraft gives you plenty of space. Despite that, I still managed to run into all the monsters. You do get a real sense of being in a proper forest as opposed to standing in like a bunch of 3 trees or something. There we go. I don't feel quite so bad about killing the wildlife when it's trying to kill me too. I'm sure I've said that before. So one thing I'm really starting to appreciate about streaming is how awkward and difficult it can be to talk continually for 3 hours. I have great respect for people who do this and make a living out of it, because it's not an easy talent. So let's head up here and find the Magister. Ah yes, I remember him. He's the guy with the guns pointed towards the city for some reason. Oh well, let's tell him what's happened. Word from the Spire. No, I was too late. It's all my fault. My investigation into purifying alternative magical sources got out of hand before I could put a stop to it. If only I had gone myself, or that they had listened to me and heeded my warnings. I have blood on my hands, Mage. I thank you, though, for putting to rest the tortured souls of my former apprentices. It is some small consolation that they will not linger in that state where a blood elf is better off dead. I mean, we killed, I think, one of them, and I think the rest was somebody else. But yeah, I'll take it. And then got abandoned investigations. What's this? It looks familiar. Oh no, this journal, my investigations. This is what caused all of this in the first place. Here it is, Marudeva, the proof of my crime. This journal contains all of my ill-conceived studies. Heedless of the warnings, I continued my research until it was almost too late. Then, when I grasped my error, I did what I could, but by then some of my pupils had already gone too far. I evacuated the spire to get them away from the corruption, but in my haste I forgot to shut down the power sources. I will burn this tome so that no one else falls prey to its contents. I only wanted to help the Sindorai. I guess you've got to wonder whether he's doing that to actually help other people, or if he's doing it to hide the fact that he may be responsible for a load of people dying. Oh, that's interesting. What's happened here?
Our enemies will fall.
Okay, I've got a feeling that we might be about to get... Oh no. Oh, I see. So while we were talking, somebody else handed in the same quest and bumped him into an animation. So if I just do this again, he'll... Oh, we leveled up. So now he'll go through that animation sequence again. Ah, we've got a new ability, Conjure Refreshment. Conjures mana food for you and your allies. Conjured items disappear if you log out for more than 15 minutes. I don't really know what happened there. Did I do it? Okay, let's try that again. Oh, I see. We've made some mana cookies. And they've gone straight into my bag by the look of it. And we've been disconnected. Okay. Well, I do apologise for this. We are off to a flying start in this stream. So we've had technical problems, and now we're getting disconnects. So, still, we will push on. This might not be the best, but it's all a learning curve. Right, yes, so we have made some conjured mana cookies. We've also got a Fallen Apprentice's robe, which is better than what we're wearing, so... Eesh. I wonder if when the apprentice fell, he fell into a pile of leaves, because this definitely looks like it's covered in leaves. Actually, it looks a bit Christmassy, doesn't it? Like red, white and holly. Oh well. Let's go with it. We should probably sell some of the stuff we've got here as well. Seems we can't use any of it. Right, let's head downstairs, sell some stuff, and then I really do think we ought to get to Fairbreeze Village before it gets burned down.
Everything has a price.
So we're just going to sell all of this stuff. And we're also going to spend a massive 2 copper to repair the armour that we've got on here. And let's sell that as well. That will actually pay for our repairs. Now it's worth noting you can't sell conjured mana cookies. I think that makes sense. I feel a little bit like that would just be a bit of a cheat if mages could make a ton of stuff like that and then just sell them. So off we go. And so if you remember, we were at Fairbreeze Village, and we've got a couple of things to do over there. And one of the main things that we've got to do over there is defend the village from a troll invasion. But we've also got the Party Never Ends, with that delightful gentleman that was having a massive party and wanted us to go and fetch all his party supplies. So let's hope the trolls didn't get to him before his party could finish. Or maybe hope that it did, I don't know. He didn't strike me as being a very nice person, so I wouldn't feel too bad if he got done in by a load of trolls. Oh, there's that teleporting guard again. And what we're going to do is we're going to jump on a dragon hawk just to get back over there a little bit more quickly.
Our enemies will fall.
And off we go back to Fairbreeze Village. Just while we're doing that, I'm going to tab out for a second, if you'll excuse me, and just see what my settings are doing on my streaming software. So again, it's saying looks like everything's alright there, so we will carry on with things the way they are, and if there are any problems, please do let me know in chat or leave me a comment, because I won't get to see the recording of this now until we stop, so and that's not going to be for a couple of hours. Right, so let's head up here and drop off this warning.
Anaria Shola.
The information you've brought is of vital importance, Marudeva. Now that we know of the trolls' plans, we can prepare for an attack. We won't be caught with our guard down. Well, that's good.
Keep your wits about you.
And he's given us some boots. They're better than what we've got, so let's swap those over. And, I mean, I was always expecting there to be another quest here. Hello, Mareva. It doesn't look like there is, so let's go and hand in the Party Never Ends, and then we're going to go down to the Scorched Grove. I guess while we were over by Fast Rider Retreat, we probably should have collected a living branch as well, but I think we'll be alright. So if you have just joined us, I'm Guide of Misguidance, and we are playing World of Warcraft, where we are levelling up a mage. And we are levelling him up from level 1. And we are currently armed with 2 sticks, which, you know, seems like a very reasonable thing to use when you're a mage. There we go. So professions wise, we've picked tailoring and enchanting. And actually I've just realised that we probably shouldn't have sold everything that we sold a moment ago, because some of that we probably could have disenchanted. So when we get the next set of green items, we might try disenchanting them if they're not stuff that we can use. So let's go give Salthoril his party supplies.
Glory to the Sindori.
Didn't I just send you out to gather up more party supplies? Was that you? Oh, I can't be expected to remember everybody's face now, can I? I meet so many interesting people. Well, don't let the robe fool you, mate. It's definitely me. You're quite the energetic young man, aren't you? This all looks very adequate. You certainly deserve compensation for gathering up all of this for me, and something a little extra, I think. Oh, I almost forgot. Here's an invitation to the party. And Mage, next time that you drop in, make sure to dress up in something a little more festive. What, you don't like my Christmas outfit? Oh, well, screw you then.
Remember the sun well.
But there we go. That's that. All handed in. What's this? Use. Allows the bearer full access to everything that the party at Southwest Helven has to offer.
We will persevere.
I wonder what that means. Oh. Ah. Nice. Oh, everything went a bit wavy there. That is something in World of Warcraft. If you drink alcohol, you can get drunk. That might be something we do at a later date. For now, though... Oh, he's definitely had too much. Can we talk to him? Yeah, it seems like a reasonable... Seems like a reasonable response. So, what are we going to do next? We were going to go to the Scorched Grove. So, I'm going to guess, looking at the map, there's a path up from Sunsail Anchorage, so I think if we cut through the woods here, we should be able to meet up with that path without getting bogged down in Wretched. Which would be quite good, because not only would that delay us, but knowing how good I am at playing this game, it would probably also get us killed. So instead we're just going to fight our way through a couple of Springforce Stalkers, I think. So, can't see any more Stalkers, so I'm hoping this will be the last one. And there's the path down there, perfect. I love it when a shortcut works. You can just see the anchorage there where we fought the Wretched before. So here's the Golden Bough Pass, and again we've got these hills on either side. There are places up there which I know from previous characters. You can go and walk around there. But I think we need to make a bit of progress here, so I'm just going to forge on ahead rather than wandering off. It's far too easy for me to get distracted in this game. And over there I think we can see a ley stone with that glowing rune on it.
What business have you?
Ah, my brother sent you. I do have a task I could use assistance with. Happy to help. A sombre task. These are difficult times for us, Marudeva. It was a very hard decision to burn the woods bordering the Ghostlands to prevent the Scourge's expansion. The Treants, who have been our friends for years, are now trying to foster the regrowth of the forest along the Scorched Grove. This is a painful thing to ask of you, Mage, but we failed to convince our former allies to cease their endeavours. I need you to stop them by the only means that remain to us, force. So it sounds like the trees, the living trees that we've seen around, are trying to regrow the forest.
We will have justice.
I don't think this is justice. They're trying to regrow the forest, and we're going to have to convince them not to by setting fire to them. Because as a good wizard knows, fire solves everything. So let's see what we can do here. And you can see as well, these ones actually look scorched as well, so I hope they weren't actually in the fire when it happened. I have to keep a bit of an eye out to make sure they don't try and sneak up on us. See if I can get that one as well. I wonder if these take extra damage because they're plants and we're using fireballs. There's probably a way to tell, but I'm curious, but I don't think I'm that curious about it. And there's a bigger one over there called Old White Bark. Let's see. I wonder if he's quest related, maybe? He doesn't look like he's a rare. He doesn't have a silver border on his portrait.
I need a target.
Well, if there's no active reason to kill old Whitebark, I'm going to leave him alone. It's not easy being a living plant in a place like this, so I think it would be mean to set fire to him for no reason. Over across the water in the distance there, I think that's the Ghostlands, which is...
to target something first.
Sorry. The Ghostlands, which is the second half of the Blood Elf starting area. And that's sort of where things get a little bit more intense, I suppose you could say. And that's, I think, where we'll be heading when we finish up this quest chain here. Because we've got missing in the Ghostlands, so we'll have to go there eventually and look for that person that we were asked to find. I'm trying to stay kind of around this end of the grove, partly because it'll be quicker to go back to the person that gave us this quest, and also because I'm a little bit wary of wandering out into the middle and then getting surrounded by bad guys. Or in this case, not bad guys so much as hostile guys. There we go, we need one more. I think it's going to be that fellow down there. Nice shipwreck off the coast over there. Wonder what that was. I do apologise as well, my voice is a bit sandpapery still today. I may possibly be coming down with a cold, which is a bit of a joke seeing as this is one of the hottest times of the year. But we will persevere. There we go, we sort of walk out of the burning grove and we're back in this lovely yellow light. It's really a very beautiful area.
Glory to the Sindorai.
So it is done. Curse these times that have driven us to desperate measures, and curse our enemy, the Scourge. Learn this, Marudeva. Our lands must be protected no matter what the cost. We shall prevail.
Shorel Oran.
Again, I was sort of expecting her to give us another quest, but given that she hasn't, I think what we'll do is we'll skirt along the top of the burned area here and go and see Rune Warden Darien. But first, we're going to get disconnected. Of course we are. So I will get to the bottom of all this. I do realise I'm not the most technical streamer out there. In the meantime, let's have another nice look at that robe. Very handsome. I will work out what's going on with this. I have tried a few things between streams to try and settle things down and get it to work better. And with any luck we will get to the bottom of it. But as I said in the last stream, disconnects, they're annoying, but they're not too disruptive when all you're doing is levelling up. They're much more disruptive when you're in raids or in dungeons, because then you can actually get kicked from instances, and it can cause problems for the other people that you're playing with. But seeing as we're alone, apart from our loyal friend Marudeva here, it really doesn't matter quite as much. Let's nip along here. I'm just generally trying to keep out of range of the wardens. We've already killed a fair few of them. It feels mean to keep carrying on killing them for no reason. Although, if they are going to stand in my way, I would rather get the drop on them. Oh, man.
Don't have a target.
That was good. Managed to get that one in one hit. Well, technically 2 hits, but still. Not bad. Ooh. Didn't spot him in time, did I? There we go. We just picked up some tribal bracers. So once we're out of this area, I will take a look and see what they are and whether or not they're any good to us. There's another tiny ruby sapling over there. Also some blood thistle, which is a herbalism crafting reagent. Let's see. Oh, they're better than the ones we're wearing.
Use that yet.
Oh, of course not, they're leather. My apologies. There is a food crate over there though, so if you'll excuse us, we're just going to go and loot this food crate. Slither skin mackerel. Gross. I think we'll stick to the apples and the cookies if that's alright. And here we've got the Rune Warden, Darien.
Victory lies ahead.
You must have been sent by someone at Fairbreeze Village. I knew it'd be just a matter of time until help arrived. Ancient runestones once powered a protective barrier across the Eversong border. Many were destroyed during Arthas's attack. Others were stolen. Of the three that remain, only this one has retained its powers. The runestone to the east might be salvageable, though. Take this crystal and instill its energy on the eastern runestone. The process should take but a minute. Beware, though, nearby scourge will be drawn to it and will seek to destroy it. Do not let them.
Stay the course.
Okay. So I'm a little bit wary of this because this could be another instance where if they're drawing in lots of enemies, we could get swamped. And as we've discovered, low-level mages do not cope well with crowds. But we will go and we will give this a try. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put our cookies where the red apples are, just because we've got a lot more cookies than apples. In fact, we have an eternal supply of cookies, which, I don't know about you, but that definitely sounds like a good thing to me. Ah, I think I can see over there in the distance the runestone that we've got to head towards, so let's have a look here. This is as good a crossing point as any. So it looks like what happened here is...
I need to target something first.
Pardon me. Is the Dread Scar was this sort of massive blast of energy that cut straight into Silvermoon, and the Scourge are drawn to it and drawn up it, and they just wander mindlessly up towards Silvermoon City. So even though Arthas has now been defeated, they're still sort of pottering about, feeding off the negative energy and looking for things to do. Right, so here we are at Shandor, where we're going to try and recharge it with this crystal. Oh, here we go. There's the first one. Oh god, there's loads of them.
I don't have
Now these don't seem to be quite as powerful as the other mob creatures that we fought, which is nice. And let's see, is that all of them? Or no, there's another. Oh dear. They don't seem too interested in me though until I hit them. It does seem to be the crystal. Oh, and I can see they're actually taking its health off. That's not good. And the last one. That's reassuring. And I have just seen the Living Branch quest is literally just up here, so let's see if we can nip up here, get a Living Branch, and then cross that one off our list as well. So, despite having a bit of a false start with this stream today, with the sound problems that we've had, I won't actually be streaming for any longer today. I've got things to do, unfortunately, this afternoon. But what we might do is, next week, I might see if I can get in an extra session sometime. So, keep an eye on the stream. I will keep it updated with information about what's going on. And we will keep on with our levelling up of Marudeva. I don't know how many of these we're going to have to kill in order to get a Living Branch. Hopefully not too many. There we go. Right, so we will hand that back in the next time we are up near Silvermoon. And for now, we're going to go back to powering our defences. Oh, hello. There's a hunter standing in the middle of the scar here. He is called Kaeldren. Well, hello Kaeldren, if you ever end up watching this stream. Nice to see you. He might be away from his keyboard at the moment by the look of it. So let's see if we can help him out. We might die in the attempt, because there we go, he's back. Excellent. There we go, let's get out of here before anything else shows up. He was polite. I can see here in the emotes that he bowed back to us, so that's good of him. So we're doing well. Level 13, coming up now towards level 14, so we're making good progress. So my intention with this is that we will be levelling Marudeva right the way up to top level, and given that the new expansion starts, I think, next week, I think we'll just go straight through and see what we can do. Now, because so much has changed in World of Warcraft since I fully levelled a character, which I did back in Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King, there's actually a huge number of zones that I haven't done any quests for. So I'm quite looking forward to this. I'm quite looking forward to finding new places to go and enjoying some new stories. But for now, let's hand in this one.
We will persevere.
Have you succeeded in powering the runestone yet, Marudeva? Excellent. The defences should hold off the scourge a bit longer. Thank you for lending us a hand, Marudeva.
Keep your wits about you.
So there we go, we've done that. So now, we've still got the Grimscale Pirates to do, but I think we might just skip that one. Let's go and do Missing in the Ghostlands. So there's actually a broken road that cuts across there. I wonder if that would be slightly safer than just bombing it across the middle of the scar. Might be, might not be. Let's find out. So let's see here. Well, it does actually look a little bit clearer. So as a general rule, roads in Warcraft are a little bit safer than the surrounding area. Not always, there are some notable exceptions. I think we also timed that quite well. And it looks like, here we go, here is our quest marker coming up ahead of us. There's another arcane sanctum there that looks like it's gone to seed a little bit. Oh dear. He doesn't look very well, does he? Ooh.
And you are. I haven't got
It's
all
going to take a
day.
bit of work, but I think I can save this Blood Elf's life.
Trust no one.
I definitely don't trust
Glory
you.
to the Sindori.
Help me, stranger. I must reach Tranquillin. I cannot fail. The Blood Elf falls back into unconsciousness as his eyes go blank. Oh, congratulations.
Shorel Aran.
Okay.
I'm listening.
So this is Apothecary Thedra, who by the look of her, I'm going to say is undead. What are you standing around for? Can't you see this boy needs immediate attention? By the look of it, the plague is beginning to take over his body. Within minutes, not even a master apothecary like me will be able to save him. The animals south of the river all carry the plague in their blood. Go across the bridge and hunt the plague beasts there. Oh, we're going to get disconnected again. We're not having a good day today. Ah well, let's keep at it. I don't know why, it does seem to be that this seems to happen while we're reading quests, which is curious. Let's see. Go across the bridge and hunt the plague beasts there. Bring me enough plagued blood samples, and I'll distill a serum capable of saving this blood elf. Hurry.
Embrace the shadow.
Rather not. Okay, let's see if we can save this guy's life. But first, I'm going to take a quick nosy in here. Oh. I was hoping there might have been something interesting in there, but no. Another one of those little ruby saplings. And here, if we just get rid of the heads-up display, you can see the transition point between Eversong Woods and the Ghostlands. You can really tell that you're about to enter a new zone. Now this is something that's fairly standard in a lot of MMOs, with a couple of exceptions. Zones tend to have a distinct look about them. It's a way of sort of visually cluing people into the fact that they're in somewhere new. I think that's our friend the Hunter up there, so I'm going to go this way. But it is quite a difference, isn't it? We've got a nice change in music as well to really give us the feel of coming somewhere haunted and dark. And I believe over there is a mist bat. And once again we're butchering the wildlife. And some people feel that this is a limitation in MMOs, that most of what you do is either fetching items, killing mobs, or escorting NPCs, which is one that we haven't had to do yet. And you could call that a limitation, but then that's a bit like saying that all you do in first-person shooter games is shoot people. It's a particular style of game, happens to be one that I quite like. Our World of Warcraft has undergone changes, quite a lot of changes, and particularly in some of the later zones there are more what I would call mini-game quests that require you to do something unique that you then don't have to do later on in the game, which does change up the feel of things a bit, but generally speaking you don't play MMOs if you dislike doing this kind of gaming style, because this is the way they're built. And even sort of more modern MMOs like Elder Scrolls Online, still ultimately you collect items, you kill mobs, and you help people get from place to place. That's the basic formula of playing an MMO. It does seem to be that the The wildlife here, however, has been wiped out already. This is nice. I believe this might actually be a Blood Elf graveyard. I think that's what's going on here. Now there is a quest marker down there, but I'm pretty sure that's the next quest hub, so rather than head there now preemptively, we're going to finish up this quest, hand it in, and then move on sort of as we're instructed to. But first we need to find some more animals. I can see one up there, and one up here, so let's head this way first. You can see the green spots on the trees, which I think might be fell magic, which suggests that this area has been tainted, which presumably is why it's now called the Ghostlands.
I can't loot that.
Ooh, Sungrazer Peak. We just discovered a mountain. Nice. Ah, there we go. We've got a new ability called Scorch. Scorches an enemy for 10 fire damage, castable while moving. Oh, now that's useful. Let's go try it out. So that's good. So that's one that we can use to move. What's that? Hot Streak, your next pyro. Oh, nice. That's one of our passives. So that's good. So that's an ability that we can use while we're running around. So we can still cast spells while we're getting out of trouble. So we only need one more blood sample now. And with any luck, the animals up this area will have respawned now, so should be able to find something. There's one. Don't know why I just ran in a circle, but I did. So it doesn't do as much damage as the others, but it is something at least that we can do while we're moving. There we go, right. Now which way am I heading? We've got to go back that way. Once again, this is my brilliant direction sense coming into play. And now, just for the sake of speed, I'm going to actually try and avoid the wildlife. Love this bridge as well. It literally grass on one side and gravel on the other. It's the literal joining point of the two zones. Oh, we discovered a river by jumping in it. Isn't that good? Right, let's see if this helps.
What is it?
Well, did you bring me what I need? Hurry, or the pretty blood elf boy is a goner. Just in time, Marudeva. I was about ready to start digging a hole for our friend here. My potion seems to be working. He's coming too. Hey, I think he's trying to get your attention. Why don't you talk to him? I could certainly do that.
Anaria Shola.
I'm too weak to continue. I carry a dire warning from Regent Lord Theron in the form of a letter. You'll have to deliver it for me. Take it to Arcanist Vandril in Tranquillin. You'll find the town further to the south along this road. Go there and find Vandril. Yeah, I'm happy to do that. Apothecary Thedra says, "You're not going anywhere just yet, handsome, not until you regain your strength." Now, I for one would be a little bit worried if an undead was flirting with me, particularly if I was on the brink of death. I just don't trust them. Anyway, hello and welcome if you're just tuning in. I'm Guide of Misguidance, and we are levelling up a mage in World of Warcraft. We are currently level 14. We have had some sound and technical issues today, but we are soldiering on despite them. If there are any problems or any concerns, do let me know. Drop me a message in chat, and I'll see what we can do about them. And we are now heading to Tranquillin in the Ghostlands.
I need a target.
Now here you can see, even though we are on a road, it is proving to be a little bit more dangerous. But that is okay. So Tranquillin is our next destination, and I believe the next quest hub for this zone. Even the sky here is overcast and gloomy. So I'd assume all this has been done by the taint of the Scourge when they attacked Silvermoon. So you can really get an idea of the damage that's been done to this place by Arthas's attack. Now we've got a green question, so a green exclamation point showing up there, so that's a Flight Master, which is good. We will visit them in a moment. But just before we do anything else... No, I was hoping we might have some items that we can use, but not yet.
The eternal sun guides us.
Mage, you didn't happen to see a courier on your way here? We're awaiting word from Silvermoon City and their messenger is late. So, delivery to Tranquillin. You have the letter? Finally! We've waited for a response from the Regent Lord for weeks. Let me see here. Vandrel begins to read the letter. What's this? A dark presence? He senses a dark presence in the Ghostlands? No kidding. I could have told him that. This is what we've been waiting for? Poor man. Right, so what's he just given us? Sunrise braces. Yes, those are definitely better than what we're using, so let's pop them on. So, we can actually talk to him. Arcanis Vandrel, what are the Forsaken doing here? The situation is more grim than many have been led to believe. The Forsaken are here as allies in the fight against our common enemy, the Scourge. Trust me when I say this. Without them, the Ghostlands would be lost, and the Scourge would already have overrun all of Evensong Woods. But more than anything else, we need your help in reclaiming our once proud lands. That's reasonable.
Have justice.
Now, I actually remember this guy, so all he really does is walk back and forth across this road looking irritated. Which, I've got to say, I find quite amusing. What's that note? Click this bag icon. Oh, that's interesting. Assign bag, equipment, consumables, trade goods. I don't think we're going to do that now, but that's a useful feature. So, let's get some work from him. So, the Forsaken. I know it seems strange, but these Forsaken are here to help. You should speak with their leader, High Executor Marvin. He's in the tower... Sorry, Mavrin, not Marvin. He's in the tower on the west side of town, and Mage, when you're done talking with him, return to me. I have something dire that needs to be dealt with immediately. Okie dokie. Arcane Reavers. Arcane Reavers are magical creations of brute strength. They are heavily armoured and deliver stunning blows. You, however, can bypass their defences and avoid their attacks. Your spellcraft is not without many advantages, Marudeva. Travel to Dawnstar Spire and blast apart the Arcane Reavers. From their remains, collect the crystallized fragments of magical energy and return to me. Dawnstar Spire is found to the east, across the lake.
Farewell.
Okay, well, we will add that on our list of things to do. First of all, we're going to say hello to the Skymaster, Skymaster Sunwing. Got a very snazzy haircut there. And let's go speak with the High Executor.
This had better be good.
I know that we Forsaken appear monstrous to your eyes, but I assure you we mean your people no harm. We are here because of a common enemy, Dakarn the traitor. He has returned and now commands the Scourge that are invading this land from his steadfast death home to the south. Our leader, Lady Sylvanas Windrunner, originally hails from these lands, and in fact used to be an elf. She has a history with Dakarn, and wants him dead as much as your people do. We will defeat him together, Mage. So of course the undead faction here, the Forsaken, are actually one of the playable races of the Horde, so it makes sense that we work together with them. So return to Arcanist Vandrel. Now, my friend, if you'd be so kind as to return to Arcanist Vandrel, I know that he is very anxious to send you out on your first mission here in the Ghostlands. We're counting on you, Marudeva. Don't let us down.
Remember, patience, discipline.
Okay. And who's this? Ranger Lethvalin. Hello. What do you need?
Lies ahead.
Mage, I can't just sit here waiting for an audience with a High Executor or Dame Oriferus. This cannot wait. We were dealing with the Shadowpine trolls of Zebsora to the northeast across Lake Elrondar, but the lieutenant mishandled the attack and we lost a lot of fast riders. Then he just fell to pieces afterwards. Ranger Valana sent me here, and Ranger Salissa to the Fast Rider Enclave for help. Please find the Mage. Valana was badly injured and the lieutenant's useless. Okay.
Shorel Aram.
Well, we've already done some work for the Fast Riders, so I'm happy to carry on helping them. So let's head over and see what Vandrel wants before we do anything else.
The eternal sun guides us.
Ah, good. There you are. And just in time. There's much to be done. Oh, I can hear a motorbike. Suncrown Village. We're surrounded here, Mage. The outlying villages have all been overrun by the Scourge. You must head northeast to Suncrown Village immediately and deal with the Nerubian Scourge menace. You can't miss them. They're spider-like creatures. There's no time to waste. Quel'Thalas must be reclaimed.
Keep your wits about you.
Okay, so we've been given quite a lot of stuff to do, but it looks like they're all kind of centred over here. So if we start at Suncrown Village, we should be able to move on from there. So, let's get on with it and see where it takes us. Now, I was hoping it might be nice if we could get to level 20 today. I think that might be a bit optimistic. We'll be streaming until about 4 o'clock UK time, which I believe is 5 o'clock server time. We are making good progress. We'll see how it goes. And yes, unfortunately it won't be as long as it was yesterday because of the technical troubles I had at the beginning of the stream. It's really quite a sinister place, this. And I love how with the trees, all they've really done is change the lighting and change the colour of the leaves, and it's made a huge difference to the atmosphere here. Oh, that was our friend the hunter. He waved at us. If I see him again, I'll wave back. Oh, I see cobwebs. Lots of cobwebs. That can't be a good sign. Arachnophobes should probably stop watching for a moment. or about 10 minutes or so, depending on how long it takes us here. We've got a dying blood elf. Anoxuten. Come closer, I'm dying. I was sent here to slay these Nerubians, but Vandril didn't know that they have a leader. The dying blood elf coughs up a good amount of blood. What's a good amount of blood? I mean, surely any amount of blood in this situation is actually a bad amount of blood. You must find and slay Anoxuten. Get help. She wanders around Suncrown Village. Now, it's saying suggested players 2. We're going to get some trousers out of it. And I guess we're just going to have to give it a go by ourselves. We'll give it a shot. We'll see what happens. And there is a Nerubian. They are indeed spider-like creatures. Let's see how this goes. Ooh, they're fast. They're very fast. Okay. Well, that wasn't too bad. Let's get one in here. Oh, there's one coming down the ramp over there as well. We've got to keep an eye and see if that heads this way. I don't think that one is heading this way. Let's try and catch it before it spots us. Oof, that noise. Now, I actually don't mind spiders, but the insect noise does kind of make my skin crawl. There's one over there. Just wondering if we can get a bead on the leader so they don't come up and ambush us. Oh well, let's head in here and take on this one. And again, the reason I'm coming all the way in here is I really don't want to be caught by surprise by something coming up the road. Particularly not, as I think it might be time to have a cookie. Let's have a quick bit of food. And then we will carry on. There we go. Right. Let's have a look around. There's one over there. 2 over this way. Right, let's start with this one. There we go. Well, that's half of the ones we've got to kill so far. Let's go for that one. That wasn't too bad. We've got a burnt leather vest, which unfortunately is leather, so we can't use it. But we might be able to disenchant it, so we'll take a look at that once we're somewhere safe. We've got a nice hit on that one. Now, I don't know where this leader is. It said they wander around the village, but haven't seen them yet. Right. Ah, there they are.
I need to get closer.
Right. We might not be able to win this fight, but we are going to give it a go. See if I can keep them there for a moment. Nope, nope, that didn't work at all. Yep, no, we're gonna die. So yeah, that really is one that we're probably going to need somebody else to help us with. So what we'll do is we will run back to our corpse, we'll finish up the others that we've got there. We need to kill 2 more Nerevis guards. So we'll do that, and then we will carry on and do something else. Because we can always come back to this later. And it may well be actually that we don't need to do all these quests in order to level up effectively. And that again, I'm a bit of a completionist. I like to do all the quests that I'm presented with. But we have to be a little bit realistic about these things, and some classes solo better than others, so we don't want to end up impossibly stuck just for the sake of one quest. So let's head back, luckily not too far away this time. Right, let's get Marudeva back. Let's have a crack at a couple more of these spiders. Although we do now have to be careful because we know that Anoxaten is around, and we do not want to be taken unawares by them. So this is fun, but it's not really doing much damage, so let's stop that. So now, let's go and help the rangers, and we're just going to bypass the rest of the village, because killing their leader, if there was another player around here we might be able to do it, but doesn't look like we're going to be able to. I'm going to try and sneak through here. Oh, got spotted. Okay. Oh god, got spotted twice. Oh, so we can't even turn them into sheep, okay. In that case, what we're going to do is run away. And it didn't work. Never mind. So once again, I am proving that I am exceptionally good at World of Warcraft. So I do apologise. But we will head back over, pick up our corpse, and then just run away, to be perfectly honest. I think that is the best thing to do in this situation. Just make sure I'm not missing the turning either. I do love the ghost world in World of Warcraft. I think it's a nice touch, and it's very simply done, but it adds a lot of character, I think. And again, this area, even in black and white, does look really nice. And hopefully now that we're on the other side of the village, we'll be able to hop up and just run away. So for me, I think that this is one of the biggest differences between mages and hunters, is I think because hunters do have pets, they are much more resilient in crowds of mobs, because the pets honestly take the aggro most of the time. So we're going to go this way. How far this way can we go? We can go a fair distance, actually. Right, so let's resurrect here, and then leg it. And let's get Marudeva back as well. Ah, so there are actually animals around here, so we've got to be careful. Let's stick along the water's edge. Here we go. So that's the lieutenant. And here's Ranger Valana, who was the one that was injured apparently, so let's have a word with her.
Baladash Malanore.
Good to hear Lethvalin made it to safety, and that he was smart enough to ask you for help instead of just waiting there. I hope Ranger Celessa made it safely to Farstrider Enclave. Dealing with Zeb Sora. The lieutenant here rushed us into battle with the trolls across the lake instead of scouting the situation first. We were decimated by his stupidity. You hear me, Tomathrin? You're an idiot. Will you help us, Mage? These trolls still need to be dealt with. I need to stay here and nursemaid him. I think he's lost his mind. Just head east to the other side of the lake into Zeb Sora. I want revenge. Bring me their ears so I can fashion a nice necklace. Elves really are charming creatures, aren't they?
Time is of the essence.
I think we can actually have a word with the dear lieutenant here.
The dark times will pass.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault. If they'd just done what I told them to do, everything would have been fine. But no, they wouldn't listen. Now they're all dead. I just want to go home to Silvermoon. I'm so tired.
We will have justice.
Well, that's two different versions of that story. I don't think it really matters who's wrong or right in this. Let's, Ooh. Nope, there's ghosts in the water, and it spotted us. Okay. So I was just going to swim across the lake, but that seems like a bit of a bad idea now. Okay, so it's a haunted lake. That would have been good to know before. I guess what we can do is, if we kill that one, we can swim across to the island and go from there. Let's do that. There we go, right. There's a warlock over there with an elemental. Oh, hello, who are you? Ganaris Whitemorn.
State your business.
Stray arcane forces can do strange things to the land, the elements, even the spirits of the dead.
Remember the Sunwell.
That's interesting. He doesn't look like a ghost, but he is transparent. Curious. Right. Anything nasty here? Nope, I think we got lucky there. Right, let's quickly go across and see where we're going. So yes, hello and welcome if you have just joined us. I'm Guide of Misguidance and we are levelling up a mage in World of Warcraft. Do let me know if there are any problems with the sound or with the stream. We did have a bit of a false start today, so I'm always out for improving things if it's possible. And the previous part of this stream, which was only about 10 minutes with the messed up sound, should actually still be up on Twitch because it saves all my videos for 14 days, so you can go back and laugh at it if you would like. We are now level 14, and I believe we're going to go and cut some ears off trolls, which makes a nice change from cutting their ears off at least. So, sorry, cutting their heads off, which is what we did last time. So here we are.
Target something first.
So we've started getting wool, which is a step up from linen. So we'll have to take a look at our crafting and see what we can actually make, see if we can make anything good. So we might do that when we get back to Tranquillin. Fire locked. Don't know what that means. There we go, we got an ear. And a quick bandage while we look for our next victim. I'm going to go for that guy up there. A shot at him before he gets too far away. I like the fact that the prompt says that he's running away in fear as he kind of strolls off through the undergrowth. There we go. These are Shadow Pine witches, are they? I'm assuming they're also magic users. I'm kind of surprised that we're not getting 2 ears off each of them, but apparently that's not how it works. Where's he off to then? Oh, hello. I don't want to back completely into the lake because there's a chance that we'll get done in by a ghost. Right, that actually hurt quite a bit, so let's heal up a touch. Let's see. So I do feel like we're almost entering part of the game where the difficulty is ramping up a tiny bit, which I'm certainly all for. I have nothing against that, so we just have to be a bit more careful, which, as you can all tell from watching, is not my strongest suit. Oh, okay. Bye then. It makes sense that you'd run into the water if someone's just set fire to you. Right, we're halfway there. Let's have a crack at that guy.
I need a target.
There we go. As ever, I'm being a little bit wary of getting too far into enemy territory, so if they all start respawning behind me, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble.
I need to target something first.
Right, let's give this a go.
I need a target. I don't have a target.
Right, let's do that, because we got a buff there that made our Pyroblast an instant, so that was quite good. We'll have to keep an eye out for that.
I need to target something first.
Right, let's run in here and see if he dropped an ear. He did! Excellent. Nothing in here we can steal, though. That's one curious thing that they actually put into Elder Scrolls Online, is the ability to rob buildings, and I have to say it's a unique thing to have in an MMO and something I quite enjoy, but I think Warcraft would quickly descend into madness if they try and put in something like that. Hello. So again, we've got an instant cast Pyroblast there, so I'm definitely going to use that.
I don't have a target.
I think that is one thing with any games. Once you start learning, getting to grips with how it plays and what you need to do, you start sort of getting into a flow with it. Makes it a bit easier to play. Excellent. Right, let's get out of here. Actually, that's a point. What we could do is run down the coast and deal with the arcane reavers at the same time while we're here, and then head back across the lake. That looks like it's just up here, this building. Yeah, let's do that. Just clear out as many of these quests as we can. Go. So, looks like arcane reavers are a variation on the constructs that we saw in the ruined part of Silvermoon. So, ooh, that was nasty. He just knocked us over. Git. However, we got 2 arcane fragments. That's quite nice. Let's see if I can have a crack at that one without his friend coming over as well. I'll try and lead him over here a little bit. Oh! Again, he just hits us in the face. I'm going to bandage us up a tiny bit before we try that again. Ooh. I don't like being hit in the face, I've decided. I think that's unfair and they shouldn't do it. Shocking behaviour. I guess at least they're a bit bigger, so they're a bit easier to spot than some of the things that we've been fighting, so there's that at least. Oh, and there's somebody else here. I've just seen that one drop down dead. And it looks like whoever this person is, they're quite high level, because they are one-shotting things. Yeah, they're level 25, so we're probably better off leaving them to their own devices. There we go. So what I tried to do there is a little bit cheeky. I just tried to tag one of the monsters that I knew she was about to kill, because then we get credit for helping with the kill and we get loot from it, which helps. Ooh. And there we go, that's that done. So let's sneak out here and head back across the lake. That's a shame she wasn't in Sunground Village, actually. Having a level 25 would have been very useful with dealing with that giant spider monster. Ah well. So there's a ghosty under there. We're just going to get rid of him. And then again, I'm going to use the island like a stepping stone.
I need a target.
There we go. There's our transparent friend there again. I do wonder if there's a quest or something to it. Now there's actually... I think there's a ghost down there, but I think if we go across this way we can avoid it. I was going to attack it, but honestly I'd really rather not if we don't have to. Here we are. Nice frogs running around here.
The dark times will pass.
You get those troll ears yet? You know, if we could get some help from Tranquillin every once in a while, this wouldn't be such a problem. I'm just glad that you're here. Yes, here are your troll ears. I appreciate your efforts, Mage, thank you. Now we can say that this expedition and all the lives lost on it haven't been in vain. Right, report to Captain Helios. I need one last favour of you, Mage. Just in case Ranger Celessa didn't make it back to Farstrider Enclave on the south edge of the lake, I need you to go there and get help. Just check in with Captain Helios and let him know what's happened here. I'm sure he'll send help back as soon as he can.
Stay the course.
Okay, that's fair. So she just wants me to go and check up on her friend. And I'm guessing it's that building that we can just see through the trees there on the far side of the lake. So we're not going to swim there. We're just going to skirt the edges of the lake and see if we can avoid the ghosts and the wildlife. I think what I'm going to do with this quest as well is I'm going to untrack it so it doesn't come up on my sidebar. And we may yet go back and see if we can actually do it, but for now, on to better things. Or if not better things, at least easier things. It's a vampiric mispat. Now that's a bit of a jump up there from just a big ass nasty bat to one that's going to drink your blood. Lovely. Let's not go near that, shall we? Right. There's the warlock we saw earlier, I think. He's called Rosus. It's a good name, actually. I like that one. And this would be Captain Helios.
Our enemies will fall.
That's dire news indeed. I completely overestimated Tomathrin's ability to lead. I'll see to it that a group is dispatched to safely bring him and Valana back in. Unfortunately, we never heard from Ranger Celessa, so I fear the worst in her case. You've done the Farstriders a great service this day, Mage. Please take one of these as a small token of our appreciation. Does that mean I'm only getting one glove? Because if I only take one and there's only one item on offer and it's a pair of gloves... Oh well. Troll handler gloves. They're definitely better than the ones we've got, so let's take them. And of course he's got another quest for us. Mage, I want you to kill as many Shadowpine trolls as you can. We need their numbers greatly reduced before we can shift our attention towards Deathhome. And while you're at it, we might as well kill two birds with one stone, so bring me back a load of their weapons. Better that they not go to waste, and we can use them in the fight against the Scourge. Hit their camps hard to the east and the south at Zebtella and Zebnawa. Okay, so we're going to go and harass more trolls. Excellent.
Salama Ashalanore.
And now this has all opened up as another quest hub. So before we start digging into this, let's equip those gloves. And this is a burnt leather vest. So one of these, disenchant. There we go. Let's disenchant that. And we've got some strange dust. Let's pop that in there. So can we actually make anything? So simple pants, linen cloak, and brown linen shirt. We need a bolt of linen, some coarse thread, and some bleach, or just that, some coarse thread. Let's there should be somebody around here that sells supplies. There's food and drink there. There's a bowyer. There's usually in places like this somebody who'll sell basic supplies. No, apparently not. Okay, let's just sell some of the stuff we don't need.
What do you seek?
So I'm going to keep the wool because we are a tailor. That might come in handy. But the rest of this I think we can get rid of. It'll just clear out a bit of space in our bags, which is always good.
Keep your wits about you.
I will try. Right, okay, so we've now got a lot of quests have opened up here, so let's pick them up and see what we can do.
The eternal sun guides
Bearers of the Plague. You show courage coming to this ghostlands, Marudeva. There is much work to be done here and not enough brave souls to do it. I've a thankless task to offer you, should you have the inclination to aid our cause. The very wildlife in this land has been tainted by the plague, and we must stop it from spreading. Hunt the Ghostclaw lynxes to the east and south of here, and return when you've slain enough of them. I don't really want to, but okay. What does Solana want us to do?
lies ahead.
Attack on Zebtala. Our resources are spread pretty thin here, Mage, so your help is going to be invaluable. The captain has tasked me with overseeing the harassment of the local Shadowpine troll camps. We have a policy of keeping them off balance until the day when we can launch a brutal offensive to wipe them out. Until then, we need all of the volunteers that we can get, so that those Shadowpine troll numbers are decreased. Think you could head over east to Zebtala and hurt them a little? Okay, well we were going to head that way anyway, so I think that's reasonable. And what does Ranger Credon want us to do?
Victory lies ahead.
Ah, spirits of the drowned. The lake to the north has been haunted by the ghosts of my ancestors for as long as I can remember, Marudeva. The poor souls were victims of a tragic incident in which scores of them drowned at the bottom of the lake. The details of the event are mostly forgotten, but their haunting cries serve as a constant reminder of their curse. If you're up to the task, I want you to go to the lake and put an end to their suffering. You will have my gratitude as well as theirs, I'm sure. Okay, so that's all about the lake, so
Is at hand.
I'm not gonna centimate. From a guild called I Hate Spiders. Don't jump in the fire? Okay. And for level 110. Okay. Wonder what she's doing here. So, yeah, I'd be quite curious to know what all the ghosts in the lake are about, so let's go and do that. And we've got somebody here and somebody over that side as well, okay. The corpses of trolls buried inside the Amani catacombs have been rising from the dead. I want you to go there and bring back proof of their final demise. Some of these mummy trolls and their living counterparts carry juju, glowing objects that house an unknown power source. It's probably what is animating them. The catacombs lie within Sungray's Peak, directly to the east. I am told that the easiest way in lies in the north face of the mountain. See to it, Mage. Okay, so undead trolls. Sounds like a laugh. So yeah, let's go and see what we can do about that. Can we get around this? Oh no. Looks like we're going to have to go back down and go round. I was hoping we could just cut through there, but never mind. Very curious architecture that the Blood Elves have going on. I do like it. Let's head up here. So we picked up a good number of quests here, I've got to say. So Range of Vienna.
The dark times will pass.
Mage, our sources tell us that the trolls buried in the Amani catacombs inside Sungray's Peak have been rising from the dead. I need you to investigate these catacombs and put to the torch any of the unanimated remains you come across, so as to prevent any more of these creatures from rising. The fastest way there is to head northwest out of the Enclave. This will put you near the western entrance of the catacombs. Okay, so that's 2 quests to go and... that's 2 quests to go and kill trolls. In fact, kill dead trolls. And we've got to kill some lynxes. And we've got to kill some ghosts. So, it's busy. Let's have a quick look on our map. I see, so we've got 2 in there. Actually, if we scroll in, it looks like that's the entrance just there. And we've got some ghostly lynx to slay. And then we've got those. So, you know what, we've got 2 quests to do in there, so let's do that first. And then we can come back and do the others. So I'll be streaming probably for another hour or so. And if you have just joined us, I am Guide of Misguidance, and we are levelling up a mage in World of Warcraft. Oh, I love the music here, that's very good. Very atmospheric. Here we have the catacombs. And again, this structure looks kind of old and ingrained, so again, I do wonder who was here first, whether it was the elves or the trolls. Not that it really matters. And we've been given a torch here, a blazing torch, burns mummified troll remains. And I see we have our friend the warlock, Rosus, is in here as well. Let's see what we can do. Oh, okay. So that green cloud is poison, so we're going to have to remember not to stand too close to them when they die, or they're just going to gas us to death, to be honest. Oh, hey, Marudeva. Oh, we've got his attention now. Excellent, there we go. And we picked up some juju from that one as well, which is something else we've got to collect, so... Oof. I think between the 2 of us we should be able to sort him out. There we go. Right, now we've got
It's
some...
too far away.
Yeah, fine, it's too far away. Got some dead bodies here that we can set fire to, hopefully. It has to be said, I do think it's quite wise of them to try and get rid of these creatures. Undead trolls does seem like something of a bad idea. Oh, what's this? Okay, we've got a cage here for some reason. And burial chests, which are locked. I wonder if that's something to do with rogues. Rogues get an ability where they can actually unlock things. I wonder if this is something to do with low-level rogues. Right, let's see what we've got going on down here. So we need to burn more bodies and collect some more juju. I love this completely unconcerned rat that's just wandering around here as well. You know, just like undead and ghosts and fires, all completely normal, no worries. And there's another couple of dead bodies gone. Imagine somebody going around and doing this in a tomb in like ancient Egypt or something. It'd be absolute outrage. Ah well, I guess at least in real world ancient Egyptian tombs nobody's getting back out of their graves at least, so we'll allow it. Oh. One of my friends logging in. We still need a bit more juju. Oh, and he's logging out again, fair enough. Well, with any luck, this should be the last of the dead bodies. I have to say, I do like the interior design in here. Oh, I see. I think she might be helping out this guy. She might be along for the ride. So I think what we will do is we'll try and give them a bit of space to do what they need to do.
I need to target something first.
Try not to interfere too much. And actually, while we're here, let's just burn this guy in the corner. There we go, that's that one done. So we still need 2 more troll juju. I think if we just head back out this way. I'm a little wary of getting lost in here, to be perfectly honest. Because all these mobs, again, they're going to respawn on the way out. And it wouldn't be much fun to get stuck in the middle of that. Looks like something bad has happened here.
I don't have a target.
Oh no, he did alright there. There we go, that's one more juju.
I need a target.
I keep feeling like this cage is here for a reason, because I can click on it, but there doesn't appear to be anybody in it. Oh, hello. Where did you come from?
I don't have a target.
I was going to say thank you.
Forget.
Because she just helped us out there.
I need to target something first.
Right, so that is everything we need to do here. So I think it is time that we head back out. I've got a message in chat saying that my friend was sorting out his updates, so that's good. Always a good thing to do, particularly at the moment when the new expansion's just hit. Now this is exactly what I didn't want to happen, where all the mobs have started respawning behind me, and I've just run straight into the middle of them. So I'm going to see... Ah well, I was going to see if we could run away, but apparently we can't. So where are we? Now that has dumped us quite a distance away. And now we've been disconnected. Brilliant. Okay. Never mind. To be fair, of all the times to have a disconnect, I think just after a death is probably the best. There's not a lot exciting going on when you're dead. So yeah, let's have a quick run all the way back up into those hills, and we'll try and escape with our lives. This is one thing I do like, is as you run through the grass you can see it bumping out the way. I've never actually, while I've been alive, seen the grass moving by itself, but I do like to think that, you know, maybe if someone was watching they'd see an unknown breeze shuffling the plants and wonder what it was, as we valiantly run back to our corpse. So if you have just joined us, we are levelling up a mage in World of Warcraft, and we'll be doing so for about another 45 minutes. And then after that, Monday, I believe, will be our next live stream. So I'm trying to get this done Mondays, Wednesdays and Thursdays, and our plan is we're going to go all the way from level 1 right the way up to top level. Right, so I'm going to back up a little bit on the best spot. Pretty sure he's going to see us. Nope, we made it. Okay, let's get out of here. Right, let's hand these in. We might be about to hit level 15, so... I've got a comment here in chat saying, maybe there is no breezing whale, just a shed load of players running back to corpses. You know, it honestly wouldn't surprise me, particularly in the low level areas. And I bet at least half of them are mages, if my experience is anything to go by. So, these two quests were both given to us by the people who are up the top of the building. So I've got to remember how to get up there. So let's shuffle along up here and see what we can do. Hello.
That better be good.
I don't have to remind you that we can ill afford this trouble with the troll dead rising in our very backyard. We have enough trouble with Deathhome to the south. I feel that's a little hypocritical, seeing as you are also undead, but here you go. Mummies being raised by troll priests. Clever. The Shadowpine trolls must be trying to bolster their numbers through necromantic means. I'd wager that these oracles were using the juju in their reanimation ritual. Once again, you perform your duty as befits a mage of your growing reputation. Take this with my gratitude. I think we're about to... That was a bit of lag there. We're about to get disconnected again. However, I can't use that because it's a mace. I think we'd be better off keeping the versatility. So, I think we're going to disenchant these, both of them. We've got some greater magic essence. Oh, nice. Pop that up there. And some more glowing powder. Nice. So we're going to need those reagents when we start enchanting stuff. So let's head back down here. Rearrange Eliatha says, "Thank you for saving my life and bringing me back." Oh. I wonder where she came from. Oh, wrong side. Amazing how such a small building can actually be so confusing to run around.
The eternal sun.
This is a most grim and undignified business, Mage. I trust that you will complete the task. Disgusting, but necessary, I can assure you. You have done a good deed by investigating this matter, Mage. Please take this as a token of our generosity and appreciation. There we go. Ah, talents. Okay. So talents are sort of modifiers on your class abilities. We've got some dungeons unlocked as well. So let's take a look here. We've got Searing Touch. Scorch deals 150% increased damage and is guaranteed critical strike when the target is below 30% health. Pyromaniac. Casting Pyroblast or Flame Strike while Hot Streak is active has an 8% chance to instantly reactivate Hot Streak. And Firestarter, which is a passive. Your Fireball and Pyroblast spells always deal a critical strike when the target is above 90% health. You know what, that could be really useful, because that means I'm always starting combat with a critical strike if I use Fireball and Pyroblast. Which are these two. Yeah, let's go for Firestarter. We can always change this later on if we decide that we don't like it, but for now I think that would be a good way to do it. So let's do that. And the other thing that's popped up here is the Adventurer's Guide. So if we click on this, it gives us an idea of things that we can be doing if we want to stop doing what we're doing now. So we can join the Brawl. So Rathi Basin has been snowed in and covered with a thick fog of war. We can go to Hillsbrad Foothills, which is part of the Undead starting area chain. And we can explore the Dead Mines, which is a dungeon. Which would be putting us into the random dungeon finder. But we're not actually going to do that, so we're going to carry on with what we're doing here. And I think rather than spending ages waiting in the dungeon finder queues, it'll be more interesting if we only start accessing dungeons when we actually need to for quest chains. So for now we're going to carry on with what we were doing. So we have got next on the list is we're going to go and kill a whole load of trolls. And actually we might kill some lynxes on our way over there as well. So let's hop down this side, have a crack at the wildlife, and then go murder some trolls. Right, there is a troll. Let's kill it. Let's see what this new talent does as well. Oh, yes, that's much better. So we took off pretty much all his health with that first hit, because it was a critical, so that's definitely going to be useful. Right, there's a mist bat over there. Actually, at the moment, one of the few things we don't want to kill, so... Oh, but it's going to have a crack at us anyway. There we go. A nicely roasted bat. Let's see if we can do that again. Nice. And so that's definitely making us more effective with that very high-powered first strike. It's still probably not going to help us much in groups, if we get sort of jumped on by a group of mobs, but for now, you know, could definitely be worse. Somebody else has been here. I can see a corpse over there. And in fact, there they are. Ilshandra, another mage. So again, I'm going to try and keep out of her way. If we end up helping each other, that's nice, but I don't want to crowd people. There we go. So we need to collect maces, catlord claws, and hexa staves, and headhunter axes. So that's an interesting way of doing it, actually, because we only have to kill a certain number of each kind of troll according to the quest, but we may actually have to end up killing more just to get the weapon drops off them. There we go. And again, it is just nice to see other player characters around. Makes the world feel a little bit less lonely. There we go. So we've got 3 Shadowcaster maces. But we still need to kill quite a few more of these Shadowcasters, so... Well, I think she did most of the work on that one, but still. We've got ourselves an axe, that's good. There's one over there. Perfect. I think one thing this is demonstrating is that group play in MMOs does speed things up quite a lot. As I've said before, it's not something I personally am particularly fond of, but it can be fun, it can be useful. Right, there's 2 of them in here. I'm pretty sure if I hit one, I'm going to hit the other. No, his friend is just going to watch him die. But I do get a free pyroblast, so that's good.
I need to target someone first.
And we can just hit that guy at the back as well. So that's working quite well now. So that talent has really made a difference to our playstyle here. There we go, we've got all the axes we need. Although we still need to kill a couple more headhunters. See, the phrase headhunter in this context I find quite amusing because it makes it sound like they're people that go out and look for workers. Right, that's a shadow core. You're a headhunter. I suspect these are the kind of headhunters that are responsible for all the skulls that we can see lying around here, rather than sort of corporate lackeys. But you know, corporate lackeys might be trolls as well. Now, I've got a question coming up in chat here. I always thought it was funny when mage characters died in the story. Why not just res like players do? Maybe they rage quit the game and left the RP guilds. It's very possible. I would not be at all surprised. There's a debate revolving around something similar with regards to the current new content which is going on, which involves the death of a major character. And people have raised that question, shall we say, and asked why it wasn't possible to just resurrect them. So we need to get some Catlord claws and Hexa staves. And I am wondering if we go down there and do those quests, whether we're then going to have to go back later for something else. So I'm going to kill this Lynx. I'm going to go hand in the quest that we've done and just see whether they are going to send us to go and harass the Cat Lords without us needing to go there and come back. So I do apologise if I'm rambling a little bit. Trying to sort of keep track of everything I'm doing. And at least with the Ghost Claw Lynxes, all we are doing is killing them. So we don't have to cut off various parts of them or anything like that. It's a nice clean quest. There's somebody else from the... oh no, it's the same person. Running around there. So they've hit level 20, which means they've got their mounts. And there's somebody else who's hit level 20. So we're only 5 levels off, but you can really see a lot of these people are wearing heirloom items which help you level up faster. And you can really see the difference that it makes to the leveling process. So obviously we're not using them, and yet people at the same point in the quest chains, more or less, are 5 levels higher than us.
State your business.
Good, good, you handled that very well. Let's see if you're up to something a little more difficult. Ah yes, here we go. So, time for something a little more challenging. Zebnawa to the south is where the more powerful Shadowpine trolls make their home. In our continuing effort to keep the troll numbers to a minimum, I'm dispatching you to go down there and assail them by whatever means you have at your disposal. What do you say, Marudeva? Ready to deal with some more trolls? Always. I mean, we're sort of becoming troll-slaying experts, really.
The reckoning is at hand.
So we're going to take on that. And bring me Kelgash's head. I did think it was a while since we cut off a head. Wanted, bring the head of Kelgash the Wicked, chieftain of the Shadowpine Trolls, to Captain Helios. No questions asked. Wait, is that no questions about how we got the head, or what he's going to do with the head? I mean, seriously, there does seem to be a theme here that Blood Elf captains really seem to like collecting heads. Kelgash is known to dwell somewhere to the south in Zebnawa. Reward, yes, but no advances. Well, that makes sense. And he's going to give us a well-crafted staff. Which is actually better better than our simple branch of the Fire Flash, although it is two-handed, so but yeah, I think we will probably use that when we get it. And somebody else has got a quest. Ah, right. The apothecary, so we've got to go back upstairs. I think it's this one to reach him. Yeah, here we go. A little dash of seasoning. I'm on loan to the Fast Riders in an attempt to help with their troll difficulties. I believe that I have a solution to their problem. At my disposal are a number of potent poisons. The trolls, as you know, are living creatures and therefore must eat. Well, it's good that he knows that about us. If we combine my poison with their food, well, I'm sure the results will be entertaining. Wow, he really needs to start watching television. Care to help rid us of the Shadowpine Trolls at Zebnawa to the south? The camp straddles both the north and south sides of the road to Zalaman. Okay, so we've set fire to trolls. we've set fire to dead trolls, we've beheaded trolls, now we're going to go and poison trolls. So really that's a lot of troll death that's going to be on one person's hands. So, right, so we've got to get 3 Cat Lord Claws, 3 Hexa Staves, kill 20 trolls and poison a load of food, and then go right the way down there and get that guy's head. So let's go and do that, see how much of that we can do in the next half hour. Hopefully we'll get it all done. If not, we will carry on with this next week. Ah yes, and we've got to kill some lynxes on the way down. And try and avoid those giant vampiric mist bats, because, you know, frankly, they're just creepy. There we go. I would say shout if you see a lynx, but oh, there's one. I wonder if the lynxes eat the bats, and that's why we keep seeing them in the same areas.
I don't have a target.
Now that is a shame, because we've got our free Pyroblast up. But the cooldown, unless we spot another lynx in 2 seconds, we're going to lose it. Never mind. Oh, and there's one just out of range. Ah, well, always happens.
I'm out of range.
Yes, yes, I know you are. Trying to get you back in range.
I need a target.
Hello, Marudeva. Didn't mean to click on you. I do hope you can hear kind of her indignant little cry that she makes when I click on her. So given that we started only a few short levels ago doing 9 damage per blast, I think we have come on quite well. Now we've got another starter here. This one's a priest. Let's give her a hand with that lynx. There we go. So we do have quite a lot to do here. Let's be polite. So, Moon Ligison. Sorry, if you do ever see this and that's me mispronouncing your name, I do apologise. It's a problem I was actually discussing last night. Not on the stream, offline. I do actually have a life offline. World of Warcraft has been around for so long now, and there are so many people playing it on each server, it's becoming increasingly difficult to get good player names. So we are getting more and more names that are difficult to pronounce. I don't want to call them bad names because they're not. Just that it takes a bit of imagination to maybe work out what people were going for with them. It would be nice if you could have second names or last names or anything like that really in World of Warcraft. I kind of know why they haven't done that. I sort of feel the game is so old now, you almost need to do something like that in order to make sure people can actually still have roleplay appropriate names. Oh, this dude's got a cat. You didn't see that. So that's annoying. So you've got to keep an eye on the cat lords because they have pets.
It's too far away.
And he just walked out of my range. That was annoying.
I need to target something first.
Now, I did that the wrong way round, but we still managed to get our bonus for having them at above 90% health, which is good. Any others respawned over here? And what you can see going on here as well is I'm the one doing the most damage, so they're all running towards me. Fun times. But our friend here has actually helped us and given us a buff, so that's very good of her.
You have my thanks.
So now we're actually going to head this way. We've got to head right the way down to the far end of the village if we're going to chop off the chieftain's head. So rather than following her, much as it would be nice to follow a priest and have some healing, we're going to strike out on our own. I guess what I could do is turn those cats in... Oh, she's followed us. Excellent. I guess I could try and turn the cats into sheep or something, but that sounds like it would be too logical. There we go. Alright, that's our first Hexa staff. Ooh, hello. Somebody in there. And I can hear a motorbike, so there's somebody else around as well. Oh, it's a busy day.
I need a target.
Oh, who's that? That's a warrior we've got here, called 9. So, lots of young elves out and about today. Ooh. I think there might be a dungeon up there. It looks... There's definitely something up there. Let's not go wandering to certain death right now, but that's definitely something that we'll check out in a bit. I'm going to leave that lynx alone unless it attacks us. And what have we got here? We've got the raw meat rack. Delicious. So we've got a couple of cat lords.
It's locked.
Yes, I know it's locked. I'm trying to click on the persons. Don't get shirty with me. Let's have a go at this Hexa before we poison the meat rack. There we go. And let's help our friend out here. And we'll take on that guy as well. It'd be a shame if she got ambushed when we can do something about it. There we go. Ooh, got some inscribed leather bracers. Unfortunately, I'm guessing they're probably going to be leather, seeing as they're called leather bracers, so we might not be able to use them. Let's see, that's a cat lord. Do we still need to kill cat lords? Oh, we do. Okay. Fair enough. That was useful. I have to say, these cats aren't very friendly. We're actually hoping to get cats sometime in the near future, and I really hope they're nicer than these ones are. Or at least smaller. I can probably deal with a certain amount of scratching, but not if it's that big. Oh no, that worked beautifully. There we go. So in the middle here, we've got the smoked meat rack we need to go after. Let's have a crack at these two. And then the chieftain's head. He spotted our friend over there. So we're going to see if we can get his attention back. Ooh, hello! You leave my dragon alone. How dare you, sir? Excellent. Perfect. Right. So we definitely need to kill him. I'm just wondering if I'm in the right building. I might not be. But I'm prepared to find out. In the meantime, there's another chest over here, so let's see if we've got anything good in it. Oh, we've got a mana potion. That might actually be useful. There's definitely something up here. It's just a cat lord. Okay, let's kill him. I suspect this might not be the right place, but still. Okay, well he's managed to get out of our line of sight, so we might actually have to go and chase him. Yeah, here he comes. And he's brought a friend. That was good of him. Brilliant. Oh! Okay then. That wasn't very nice. Now we're going to get into trouble here. Pretty sure we're not going to live through this. There we go. So once again, it was being attacked by a group that's done me in. So, how far away are we this time? Oh, actually fairly close, that's not too bad. So let's trot back down there. I think what we'll do is we'll finish these quests here and then call it a day. Because that will take us up to 4 o'clock local time. Which will be 5 o'clock game time, which was about when we were going to finish anyway. So if we run over a tiny bit just to finish up these quests, that'll be okay. Then again, I do apologise for the technical difficulties we had at the beginning of the stream. That will not happen again. I'm sure we will find all new technical difficulties for next time. There's our friend here again. Ah, excellent. There's the smoked meat rack. Let's just run in and poison that. Like the nice, friendly elves that we are. Ah, this must be the chieftain's hut. Look at those big mask things on top of it. Very fancy. And there he is, in fact. Kelgash the Wicked. I wonder if he calls himself that, or if that's just what other people call him. There is the Cat Lord. Cat seems to be warming its butt in the fire, as you do. Now this time we have pulled 2 of them, but at least we know that they're there and we're starting on full health, so I'm hoping that will help us a bit. What I'm going to try and do is keep that cat frozen where it can't get me. And now we can set fire to it. That should work.
I need a target.
Excellent. We are going to have a quick cookie, and then we're going to go and take on the big troll chief up those stairs. And our friend is here. So let's come and see if she wants to give us a hand with this. So he's already seen us, so I'm going to have a crack at him too. And he's a level 17, so we're definitely going to need help killing him. So she's come along at just the right time, so thank you for that. I'm just going to call her Moon, because I think otherwise I'm butchering her name. So thank you for that, Moon. If you ever watch this live stream, you arrived at the perfect time. And you can see doing this by ourselves would definitely not have worked well. Now if we were playing a hunter though, our pet would be taking most of the aggro and this would actually be doable, so... I'm going to thank her properly for that one. So what have we got left to do? We need to kill 2 more Shadowpine hexes. And once we do that, we can head back. In the meantime, I'm going to kill this cat lord just because he's blocking my path, to be perfectly honest. We all know how well it goes when I don't do things like that, so...
I don't have a
There we go. Perfect. Right, let's go find some hexes. And actually, we've got a good amount of stuff to hand in when we go back, so... Cat Lord, Cat Lord, Cat Lord. This is the problem we had at the last place, where they all share respawn locations. You can get either, and for some reason they've all respawned with Cat Lords, but there's a Hexa there. Make sure there's nobody lurking around on my other side. And look at all these other Cat Lords that are around. And there's 3 of them, all, or 4 of them even, just all gathered together in the middle of the village. Let's bypass them if we can. This would not be a good place to live if you had a cat allergy. You're a cat lord. You're a cat lord. Cripes, they're all cat lords. Sneak past here. Are you a cat lord? You're a cat lord. Wait, you're a Hexa. Excellent. I've got a horrible feeling though that that cat lord on my left might have spotted us, so I think we are going to just run away at this stage. See if we can escape. Look at that, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quests to hand in at Farstrider Retreat, I believe. Or is this Farstrider Enclave? Now, either way, it's a place with Farstriders in it. So we're going to skirt around the edge here, and we may even have time to go and take on some of those ghosts, actually. Which would be good. But hopefully that should bump us up to level 16, handing in all these quests in one go, so... I do feel like we've had a good productive session today. Now, as I said earlier, there is a chance... Ooh, hello. I'll carry on that thought in a moment. Boom. We've got a war-torn cape. Nice. So yes, as I said, there may be a chance next week that I will have time to do some extra streams. It depends very much on what's going on. I am streaming between looking for a job and obviously looking for a job definitely takes precedence over this at the moment. If I suddenly become hugely successful at this, you know, maybe that will change, but at the moment I'm going to assume that that's not going to happen. But yeah, I might get the chance to do some extra streams, and one of the things I was thinking of doing is maybe some Elder Scrolls Online, because I do keep talking about it, and I actually have a character in that game that has my namesake, Guide of Misguidance, and it might be fun just to log in with that and do a bit of mooching around in there, taking a look at some of the settlements and some of the things that we've got there. I really hope this bat doesn't kill me. Ah, oh, so close. On the other hand, we're not that far away, so I guess we can finish the way we started, which is in chaos and death. So yeah, I thought maybe if we get some extra time we might do some Elder Scrolls Online. There's also a chance I might do a little bit of streaming playing another game that I'm very fond of and incredibly bad at, which is Elite Dangerous. But at the moment I'm actually teaching myself, or reteaching myself I should say, how to play that game, so I might see how I go with that before I commit to anything and completely humiliate myself, which I seem to be doing more than enough of in this one at the moment. Right, let's see if we can get back to Farstrider Enclave without dying. That worked well. If anything else takes a pop at us in the next 6 seconds, it will regret it. Actually, you know what? That one's going to see us, so we're going to have to take that on. Actually, there's a mist bat heading this way as well, so... Come on, we can't die to a mist bat twice in a row, that would be too much. And of course, if there are any other MMOs or games that you would be particularly interested in seeing me mooch around, do feel free to send me a message, and if they are games that I have or that can get access to, I will be more than happy to fire them up and do a stream of them. So here we go, we should just about have time to hand everything in and sort out our inventory a bit before the next session. Let's start with Sedina.
Glory to the Sindori.
You've done well, Marudeva. It's important that the plague doesn't spread to the healthy wildlife in Eversong. I have more work for you if you're looking for something to do. Oh, okay. You've proven your worth as an ally, Marudeva. I need you to continue your task and track down more plagued wildlife. This time seek out some of the more dangerous beasts. Hunt the spindleweb lurkers west of the Dead Scar and the vampiric mistbats just south of here. Return to me when you're done. Right, so that's something we can get on with next time. And here's Solana. Unbelievable. You really should talk to the captain about joining up as a Farstrider. Alright, Marudeva, you've given us the breathing room that we need to continue building up our forces here. Actually, by your account, there aren't many of those trolls left at all. Maybe now we can join with Tranquillin and attack Deathhome. I think you've earned a little something. Take your pick. And again, we've only got one option, so I will pick that one. And now we've got Captain Helios.
Baladash, Malanore.
We're handing 2 into him, so... Have those weapons yet? With the Shadowpine numbers decimated, we'll finally be able to turn our attention to the fight against the Scourge. I'll immediately send a few rangers out to survey the damage that you've wreaked upon the Shadowpine trolls. I've no doubt that we'll be able to mop up after your offensive and launch an attack on the Scourge soon if these weapons are any indication of your success. Here, I want you to take this coin in payment. It's burning a hole in my pouch anyway. Oh, thank you. I'm always happy to murder people for pocket change, just as a thing. What is that awful smell? Ah, Kelgash's head is what smells so bad. That's a nice piece of work there, Mage. With their chieftain dead, the Shadowpine trolls should be in total disarray. Combined with your recent efforts to decimate their numbers, this should be the perfect opportunity to launch our counter-offensive against them and wipe them out for good. Yeah, my thanks, Marudeva. Might I interest you in one of these? Again, there's only one choice, but we will take it.
Farewell.
Yeah, farewell to you two. Right, let's head up here. And tell this guy that we've poisoned all the food. Ah, excellent. I knew that a Blood Elf delivery system would make for the most efficient application of the poison. With any luck, the Shadowpine trolls will get fat on it before keeling over. That should get them off the backs of the Fast Riders and me back to Tranquillon. It has been a pleasure working with you, Mage. Excellent. And we got a new ability. What's this? Blink. Teleports you forwards 20 yards until reaching an obstacle and frees you from all stuns and bombs. Oh, that's useful. Let's pop that up there. Whoa! Oh, I did not think that through. That was very close. Okay, well let's let's stop playing around with magic and take a look at what rewards we've earned. So, we can't use those at leather. So yep, they're better than what we had on. And let's equip that because, you know, these do add stuff, but I like having a staff, and that one's got a pretty moon on the end, so now what we're going to do is just disenchant all the green stuff that we've got in our bags. Should get us some reagents. I'm just going to take a look. What does that look like? You know what, I just like the look of that better, so we're going to put that on. It doesn't do anything stat-wise, but looks are important to a Blood Elf, you know. We've got to stay looking smart. Right, so now we've done that, I'm going to take a quick look at our enchanting. So, minor health. Oh! Well, okay, then apparently I'm not going to look at our enchanting. Well, we were going to leave it there anyway, so rather than log back in just for a couple of minutes, I think we'll call it a day. So thank you very much for joining me for this. I am sorry about the sound problems that we had at the beginning of the stream. Next time I will do my best to make sure that doesn't happen. And we will be carrying on with this, with Levelling Up Marudeva, on Monday at 1 PM. And if you do want to keep up with what's going on my stream, do just take a look, and if any of the times change, I will put them up on there. So thank you again. I've been Guide of Misguidance, and I look forward to seeing you next time.